Yes. Yes. One more time. Yes. It's the guy, DJ Ant. And welcome to the Trend City Radio Top 40 Recap. Oh yeah. So let's just deep sea dive, family. Right into it. Coming in at number 1, we got itsDjAnt with the hit single Tick Tock. This track was actually at number 7 last week, family. Congratulations to itsDjAnt. This is her second number 1 of the year on Trend City Radio. She hit number 1 with the TikTok single in February. So it took her a few months to get back to the top of the mountain, but she reached it, man, and it looks like she gonna be a serious contender for Artist of the Year this year. Congratulations to itsDjAnt, man. She working real hard right now, man. Consistently performing, hosting dancing classes, traveling, touring, creating music, doing interviews. She is all over the world. Congratulations to her and big ups to her. Yes, sir. Coming in at number 2, we got Apollo King with the hit single Veneno. This track was actually at number 5 last week. Jumped up to number 2. Big ups to my man's Apollo King 47, man. Got a real dope track. Veneno mixed with Hispanic, some Hispanic on there with some English, man. It's just a combination of both. Real dope R&B hip hop track, man. Real lovely vibes. And the people is feeling it, man. The people is feeling it. It took some time, but it has climbed up the top of the mountain. We at number 2 right now. Big ups to Apollo King. It looks like you're going to be going number 1 real soon. Yes, sir. Coming at number 3, we got All Aces with the hit single Done Did. This track was actually at number 2 last week. Went back a spot, but still holding it down in that top 3. All Aces is going hard right now. Looking for another number 1, family. It's looking like he gonna get it, man. It's looking like he gonna get it. Been in that top 10 for a minute. Been in that top 5 for the last few weeks. Another number 1 should be coming real soon for my man's All Aces. Y'all been voting them up there. Big ups to the grind. Yes, sir. Coming at number 4, we got Naked Bond's Dance Club. This track was actually at number 3 last week, and the track is actually titled Funk Show. This track was actually at number 3 last week. Went back a spot, but still holding it down in that number 4 position. Naked Bond's Dance Club doing it real big on Trend City Radio for the last few months. For the last few weeks, been real consistent in that top 10, man. Making themselves primetime players on Trend City Radio, man. They've been doing that in the countdown. Big ups to them, doing it real big. Yes, sir. Coming in at number 5, we got Alvin Harrison with his single I Just Can't Live Without You. This track was actually at number 11 last week. Went up about 6 of them things, holding it down in that top 5 position. Alvin Harrison just dropped that music review on Trend City Radio. I Just Can't Live Without You, and it's been doing phenomenal results on the website and phenomenal results in the top 40 countdown. As we can see, that new release of that music review helped him boost up to that top 5. Big ups to Alvin Harrison once again for doing this thing, man. Already have another number 1 with a different single. We'll see if he can get this one to number 1 as well. Big ups to him. Coming in at number 6, we got my man's J Raw with the hit single Dark Side. This track was actually at number 8 last week. Went up a few of them things, now holding it down at that number 6 position. This is the second week in a row my man's J Raw has been in this top 10 countdown on Trend City Radio. It's looking like he's finna try to make it quite consistent, man. Y'all been voting him in, and this track took a few months to get going. It took a few months to get going. It was going back and up and down the countdown, back and forth in and out. But now it's been quite consistent for the last month and a half and been real consistent in that top 10 for the last few weeks. Y'all been voting them in. It's looking like y'all loving this track. And my man's J Raw ain't going nowhere no time soon. Big ups to my man's J Raw. Yes, sir. Coming in at number 7, we got Sonny Cole with his single, I Don't Join That Church. This track was actually at number 9 last week. Jumped up a few of them things, holding it down at that number 7 position. Shout out to Sonny Cole. Shout out to East Oakland management team doing their thing. Another artist in that top 10, Sonny Cole, doing it real big. Also, one of the top artists that's gonna be fighting for Artist of the Year this year on Trend City Radio. Big ups to my man Sonny Cole. Coming in at number 8, we got Dre the Boss Bangers with hit single Hold Your Head. This track was actually at number 12 last week. Went up 4 of them things, holding it down at that number 8 position. Dre the Boss Bangers is back in that top 10. Big ups to my man's Dre. This is also a former number 1 single, man. A lot of these number 1 singles seem to be climbing up that countdown again, man. I know it's getting close to summertime. A lot of the audience is coming back, getting their votes on. So it's just looking real good on Trend City Radio right now, man. It's looking real good. Big ups to my man Dre the Boss Bangers for doing this thing. Yes, sir. Coming at number 9, we got my man's Too Real with his single Picture Perfect. This track was actually at number 10 last week. Jumped up a spot, holding it down at that number 9 position. Shout out to my man's Too Real, back in the top 10. It took him a minute to get back in there too, man, but y'all voted him back in. And man, he ain't been in the top 10 for a minute. Now he's, back-to-back weeks. My man Too Real back in this thing, man, and it's looking like, it seemed like as it get close to the summertime, y'all start voting up these, these more up-tempo songs, these type of club banger type tracks seem to be going up the countdown a lot more than often. So big ups to my man's Too Real for having the perfect single at the perfect time. And he seemed to be doing this thing. Yes, sir. Coming in at number 10, we got OB with his single One of Those Days. This track was actually at number 16 last week. Jumped up in that top 10 now at number 10. And my man's OB, man, this track right here has just boomed right up the top 40. I know he had a different single on Trend City Radio just a few weeks back, and he hit us up, hey, I need to switch up the single. I'm like, all right. And this is quite amazing because he had a few singles on Trend City Radio, and his last few singles didn't chart as well as he normally do. But he bought this motherfucker back, and this motherfucker been booming right up the countdown. Top 10 in less than 2 weeks. We ain't had that done in the Wild family. Big ups to my man's OB for doing this thing. One of those days seemed like it's one of them tracks, man, that's gonna be here for a while. It just got that nice summertime vibe, that cool, chill, motivational talk with it. My man's OB doing this thing. Yes, sir, and that is the top 10 of the top 40 countdown. It's the guy, itsDjAnt. Make sure y'all tune in every Friday, family. I'm out. You can feel the